Why am I offline again? Ah, boy. Okay, so as you can kind of guess, I'm having a little bit of network issues today, so hopefully I don't lose the stream. But we'll see. And I can't see how many people are connected on YouTube for some reason. So anyways, today we're going to be doing a fire basket candle holder. And I'm going to just clean my safety glasses because, oh boy. So, there's a couple of pieces of steel I'm going to be working on. I got 4 pieces, 3/8 round. It is 11 inches long, and I have put a mark. Let's see. Put a mark 1 inch in on all of them, so those guys can go all in the forge. And then I have this is 1/8 inch thick plate, 4 inches diameter, and I've marked out 4 sides, like quartered it, and then went in 1.5 inches from the edge. And I'm going to actually take my center punch, and on that mark, 1/2 inch in, I'm going to put a little center mark on it. And that's going to be, going to punch holes in that for the rivets, because I plan on riveting everything. So I'll just wait for that to all heat up, and we'll get going. So hammer I'm going to be using is the 2-pounder. I'm also going to be using my V-bit 3/8 tongs. These guys I got from Princess Auto. Yeah, they've been pretty good. I'm actually happy. I got those when they were on sale one time. I've been quite happy with those. And another piece of steel I'm going to be using in this is another piece of 8-inch round, and this is 15 inches long. And I will admit, I'm using pre-made rivets today. These are leftovers from a project I did way too long ago. Have a couple of them still left, so I figured I'll use them in this. I can't even remember what size those are. Not that it really matters, but I think they're 1/8 inch. Yeah, they look 1/8 inch. So the first thing I'm going to be working on with the round pieces is I plan on wrapping these guys underneath the bottom of the steel plate. So just gonna line up my mark on the corner of the anvil, near side of the anvil, and I'm just gonna flatten that out. I'm gonna repeat that on all four. I'm gonna grab a little hole punch. Grab my flat bit tongs for plate. I'm gonna start punching holes in it. So I'm just gonna find my center punch marks. See how many I can get in one heat. That's one. I'm gonna put that in for an eye heat. Quench my punch. Because now, I'm going back to these guys. I'm going to punch a hole in these guys. And I'm going about ½ an inch back from the edge. We're going to do the same on all four. At least least that's the plan. Again, about a 1/2 inch back. Whoops, drop forge. There you go. We're just going to punch that through. There we go. And we're going back to the plate. Getting a hole punch on that. Where's my glove? Getting a little hot above this, so. Haven't punched that through yet. Nope. This one's being a little more stubborn. I think I heard that fall this time. Yep. That's 2 now. Oh, hey, Nate. Happy Monday. So I'm doing a fire basket candle holder today. You haven't missed much yet. So I'm going about 1/2 inch back from my flattened piece. Flip it over. I'm looking for a dark side on this side of the steel where the hole is, or will be. And we'll punch that all the way through. I think I got it on that one. Yep. Going back to the plate now. Now, Nate, this is a 4-inch round disc. And what I did was quarter it and then marked ½ inch in. And I'm going to be putting holes roughly ½ inch in on this. Now obviously you could just drill all these holes, but what fun is that? So on this one, I was a little bit off. So instead of trying to chase it back and forth, I'm just going to come in again, go in the second direction. There we go. You don't want to go back and forth directions because you're going to start jamming that plug in. You definitely don't want to do that. Especially if you're doing like eyes for hammers or axes. You don't want to chase the plug. Sometimes it's just better to get in there with a pair of pliers or something and pull it out. So again, I'm just flattening this down so I can see that dark mark a little bit better. And there's that punch, or the plug I should say. So that's all 4 of these now flattened and holed. So like I said before, this is going to be on the bottom of the plate. This is going to go, woo, that's hot. Need my flat bits for this. So again, this is the last hole on this one. And then I can put this aside. I got a little tag on that one. I'm just going to pull that off. And that's that plug. I'm going to take the time now, while it's still on the punch, just to give it a little bit of a wire brush. Just to clean it up a little bit. And I'm going to try and straighten this out. And for now, this is just going to go down on the floor to cool off a little bit. And then with these guys, I'm going to turn it so the flattened piece is facing down. And I'm just going to bring it at 90 degrees. And then it's going to get flipped over into the forge. So I had a little bit of issues with my network this morning, so if you see me check in once in a while, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure we're still up. And now with that 90 degrees facing down, we're going to go grab about an inch of material on the end, and we're going to flatten out a little bit. Then we're going to flip over to our cross peen, and we're going to spread that out. And then clean up the hammer marks a little bit from the cross peen. So we got kind of that shape going on. And we're going to do that on all 4 of those. Again, making sure your 90 degrees is down. Then making it look all pretty. If you get a little bit kinked out, take some time and straighten it down. If it's really bad, you can file that out. And when you're spreading this out, you want to start in the center and then slowly work your way out. And the more consistent you can make these, the better. Now I'm grabbing my ball punch. This is what I made on a video, well, not that long ago, actually. And what I'm doing is I'm using my anvil as a guide of where I want this. I'm just flattening out a small section. I'm using both the near side of the anvil and the far side just to flatten it out a little bit. Then I'm going to come in with my ball punch, if I can. And I want to spread that a little bit more. Right in the center. Go back and straighten it up a little bit. Now get another heat on that. And we're going to go in for the second one. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Like that. Gonna take some time straightening it out. Come on. This is the first one. I didn't really get my little dimple going very well. The same thing with the second one. Now I'm taking my hole punch, and And I'm going to punch right in the middle of that divot. There's the plug. I'm going to straighten up everything. And we'll get this finished off. This one, again, we're going right in the middle of the dimple. There's the plug. Beautiful. And we're going to straighten this up and then put the flare into the forge. There's the plug. Uh-oh, got my punch stuck. Oh no, I don't do forge and fire. Yeah, I don't do knives to any great extent. A lot of that is, knife making is a very specialized trade now. Well, it always has been, but especially now, what guys are able to do compared to like 10 years ago is kind of night and day. And knowing guys that actually do bladesmithing full time, I just don't know how to do it. Some of it is just my own personality. I'm not the best at the fit and finish that some of these guys are now. Like I kind of think that even if I spent a whole year fully on blades, I'd be nowhere near the level that some of the guys on Forge and Fire are. Well, you never know. There's a lot of people that think as soon as you're a blacksmith, you'd automatically do blades. But thanks for coming. Me being Canadian, I don't know if they actually allow Canadians on the show. I haven't watched it in, since like season 3, I think. Okay. Whoop. So now with the little corner piece upwards, I'm going to start folding this over and doing kind of a fishtail kind of look to it. And at this point in time, I'm going to wire brush this a little bit. And I'm going to set this one aside after I make sure it's relatively straight. And we're going to rinse and repeat. I'm doing more glance and blows at this than wailing straight down on them. And I just messed that one up. I ended up folding it the wrong way. See if I have enough heat in here. No. I'm going to need enough heat on that. Now I'm going with my 15-inch piece. I'm just going to put pretty well the tip of that into the forge. We'll let everything down there cool off. And it's got warm in here. Ooh. Okay. Well, I see YouTube has some chats, but Twitch, no chats. Oh, that's too bad. Unfortunately, I had an issue with my network today while I was starting up, so I can't see how many people are on which one for some reason. I got the chats working, which is a lot better than none. But yeah, it's fun. Actually, while I say that, I should check to make sure Twitch is still up. Oh, it does not look good. Oh, well. What can I do? So with my 15-inch bar, it's gonna come in, take about an inch, flatten it out a little bit, and then keep on grabbing it the wrong way for punching. Okay, and then we're gonna punch in here. Unfortunately, I got too little heat now. So we're back in the forge so we can finish that hole. My punch is has looked better. I'm just gonna roughly clean it up a little bit. Whoop, wrong side. There we go. Again, I'm just going to tap on the back so I can see that dark spot. Just double checking my uprights to see if they're cooled down enough. And they really aren't, so I'm going to quench them. Guys, I'm gonna have to start riveting soon. Well, these rivets are actually quite small, So should see how they work, how it works going into the forge. I'm trying to put them in so I can actually grab them out again, but we'll see. Now I'm just riveting the uprights in place, or at least trying to. No! Unfortunately, these rivets are, because of the size of them, they are cooling down a little bit quicker than I really want to. So my rivets on the bottom are not being as cleanly as I would like. And this last one is going to be really hard because I have to figure out how to have it on the anvil so I can hit it, but still have the upright out So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it with the upright a little bit flared differently than what I want it. And then figure it out how to tie it in. I might be able to get it through the hardy hole. Oh, I can. Nice. And then I'm going to try and straighten up all this and finish off the rivets. Okay. There, it's done. It's actually a little taller than I was originally planning, but that's okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to move these arms so they're a little bit more straight up. Because right now some of them are a little bit out. Also tightening any rivets that might be a little loose. Okay. Now to figure out where I need my holes for the band that's going across, I'm going to take a little tape measure here, one of those fabric ones, and try and figure out what I need. So it looks like most of them are going to be around 4 inches. I'm going to set this aside for now. And clean up a little bit because I got a lot of things floating around for some reason. So I'm going to go onto my anvil, and I don't need to worry about marking 4 inches because my anvil width is 4 inches. So I'm going to go in here. Oh, there's my hammer. I'm going to go in here. And from that hole, I'm going to go in. That's going to be my center of it. So I'm going to back up 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do very much the same that I did with the uprights, where I'm trying to leave a little bit of a divot. And then I'm going to punch a hole right in the middle of that. And hopefully all this comes together nicely. A little bit too cold, so we'll go in for an heat. Clean off the anvil. Have some coffee. Where are we at on time? Oh, we're doing perfect. Flip it over. Bring it over my little hole on the anvil. Punch it through. Straighten up everything. And we'll do it again 4 inches down from that side. So from the hole, 4 inches back, plus a ½ inch. I'm going to start flattening out a section. I'm going to punch a hole in the middle of that. Almost all the way down. Gonna straighten out a little bit. Look for that dark side. We'll finish up this hole. Here we go. Now, of course, if you have a drill, you can drill all these holes. You don't have to fuss around. And now I'm hoping 15 inches is enough. It might not be. So there's a possibility I might have to figure out something. So right off the bat, I'm going in here. I'm gonna be putting a hole right at the end. So I'm gonna flatten it down. Would be better if I started off with 16 inches instead of 15, but we'll see how it goes. And this should be the last hole. Okay, that's all the holes done. Now, which way do I want to go? Okay. Might not matter. So now I'm going to be forging that into a circle to go around this monstrosity. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that maybe I should have practiced a little bit more before, well, at all, before trying this. Now, obviously, where you put your holes, it's going to want to bend more than where the solid bar is. So you might have to chase this a little bit, like I am. And then as I am making this into a circle, it's going to get harder and harder for me to get this in my forge. Oh, nice edited video. This is the edited video. What are you talking about? Isn't it more fun to watch the live streams than a overly edited, like, yeah. Because I know some of the edited videos I've done has taken me weeks to get a really nice finished product. And to be honest, I can do the whole week of live streams, like the weekdays of live streams, easier than I can do edited videos. Like the amount of time I spent on doing edited videos is probably equivalent to what I would have spent, what I spend on doing live streams. Yeah. we can make that nicer. Don't worry. We can make that nicer. It's one of the nice things about the Mighty Forge. It's got a big door right on the side. They don't sponsor this or anything, but yeah, there's been some videos that I've taken like 4 to 6 hours to edit it. So I can bring out more content like this, so come on. Also, I think the live streams are a little bit better to see mistakes and all that. I know a lot of, like even I had to deal with this a little bit of watching, you know, guys that have a little bit more experience than me in certain areas do beautiful work, and I try it, and it's like you miss out on all the mistakes that they've done to get to that point. So right now I'm just trying to make this as clean circle as I possibly can, which is a lot easier said than done. And one of the things that is very deceiving right now is because I flatten out those sections, it's playing a little tricks on my eyes, I think. And I know the longer I spend cleaning this up and making this look half decent, the better the final product will be. Yeah, that looks good. You get to ask all the questions because no one else is here. That's not true. We have others today. Okay, let's finish this off. I want it on the inside, or I think the outside. I want the outside. I want this band to go on the outside. So this is going to be a little bit more fun to get it on the outside of this. There we go. So I'm just trying to make all the holes line up, which is a little bit more challenging than I was hoping. And I think I'm going to cold rivet these just for a little bit more ease. So I'm sorry this is going to look a little bit, I can't really show this any better. I'm fighting with a bunch of steel trying to line up holes. And the first one I'm doing is right at the end. So I got 3 holes I'm trying to go through. Oh, yes. I think I got it. I think that's in there. So now I'm going to go on the opposite side of it. And I'm going to do the hole on that. This is going to look a little bit more. Oh, you haven't seen my persuader. I haven't used the persuader yet. This is one of my grandfather's hammers. This is one of my grandfather's hammers. It is what he called the persuader. And I make a replica of this for sale. And it's a 3-pound ball peen hammer. Which is called the persuader. Whoop. I'm going to switch over to a ball peen. That's number 2. Oh, this is going to look rude and crude. Can I do it on the edge of the... Let's try here. Okay, my riveting is not precise today. I have ended up on the receiving end of the persuader by accident, by myself. I was using it to drift an eye, I think. I think I was drifting an eye. And I missed the drift, like the top of the drift, and hit the side of my hand. And no, it was not, it did not feel good. Well, it's not the best piece of work I've done. There's a little bit of symmetry to it. I'm sure if I mucked around with it enough, I could make it look a little nicer. Bye-bye. No, other way. There we go. It would look even more impressive if I had like a really tall pillar candle in there. Yeah. Well, that is the video for today, I think. I don't want to mess around with it much more. I think it's one of those pieces where that is how it is. And tomorrow is tool day. I am making another pair of tongs. Yeah. I will be using high carbon steel on these guys, on the tongs for tomorrow. 3/4 inch round. These are actually coil springs from my old F-150. When I had truck, I changed the coil springs over on the front. So that is those guys. And yeah, that's, oh, let's go in the camera. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. I hope I entertained you guys a little bit. And hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you enjoy this stream, hit the like button down there and subscribe as well. I really appreciate it. If you do have Twitch, I'm over on Twitch as Red Maple Forge, which is my company's name. So if you're on Twitch, follow me on there. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Tool Tuesday.